Hi everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Day's Podcast along with a new video. I want to say thank you so much for liking, subscribing, viewing, watching, and listening. I truly appreciate it. I will be back with more, of course, and we will be having a lot more content to look into and make. I want to be able to tell you guys that there will be more episodes that are exclusive, whether it's on Spotify or Patreon. Bear with me. I am working on as much content as I am able to at this moment. So we will definitely be doing more. Trust and believe. But however, we're going to be doing free content still. I want to make sure there's enough public content as much that can be seen too, you know. So let's get into this new topic here that I've been meaning to talk about. I shouldn't even say topic. I should be talking about this album. So this album that I would like to talk about, it is a rap album, a female rap album. We are talking about the Notorious K.I.M. I wanted to talk about this album similar to hardcore because yes, Little Kim is legendary. I'm tired of people, even in 2024, feeling like she's not legendary enough because the people that came after her do a little bit different things that she may have been able to actually do, if that makes sense. Like, there isn't anything that Kim hasn't done. So it's like when it comes to Megan, Cardi, Nicki, Doja, any of them, it don't matter. It don't matter who came out years after whoever in the midst of her still Little Kim being very much and still is very much relevant. It doesn't matter. Remy, not to say that she's completely inspired by Kim, but you know, there's all these other rappers, female and male alike, that they know what time it is. Kim has sold many albums. Doesn't have to just be singles, many albums. And dare I say it, she's in the top 3 of selling the most albums ever as a female artist, rap artist, I should say. So, do your research. Anyway, so, because if you want to know the top 3, it's literally Missy, Lauren, and Kim. If we all the way real, when it comes to albums, oh look, oh yeah, no, don't let nobody, no fan base, nobody needs to not be telling you stuff that you can't already look up yourself. Look up the research and let people know what it really is. Don't be running around here making any artist or any fan base as if this is what it is. No, don't do it. Everyone needs to be able to be acknowledged, period, okay? Including Kim. So let's get into it. And I will be talking about Missy albums as well. I know Missy as much as I know Kim. So I'm going to be talking about them as well, her albums. So let's get into it. The Notorious K.I.M. is the second studio album by American rapper Little Kim. It was released on June 27, 2000. So it's already been almost 25 years. The 25th anniversary is next year, okay? So y'all need to stream this album. Okay, by Atlantic Records, and was her first album on her new label, Queen Bee Entertainment. So, wasn't I just talking about this? Was I not just talking about this with Megan? Isn't Megan independent? Doesn't she have her imprint too? Doesn't Maya have an imprint? So yes, before anyone can talk about who's doing what, Kim already had an imprint and was already doing things in the midst of where she could make money herself, okay? Writing credits, publishing, you name it. So it stems back to literally 2000. It didn't have to be with anything that was going on with Bad Boy or Atlantic. She wanted to have her own. And that's real. Because nowadays, yes, oh, we pushing to be independent now because or I have my own label because of that. But let me tell you, back in the day, when you actually was approved to have that, it was not common because they wanted you to really be out there under a label and no, you can't be doing things your own. Why you want to do things your own? We got the money already for you. It's like they didn't want that. So with her doing that at such an early still peak in her career, it really says a lot. That's queen stuff. Okay? That's real queen stuff. There's a lot of queens out there, but that's some real queen stuff. It debuted at number 4 on the US Billboard 200, selling 235,000 copies in its first week, achieving Little Kim's highest peak and biggest first week sales. and reached the top of the top R&B hip hop albums chart. A commercial success, the Notorious K.I.M. was certified platinum by the Recording Academy on August 2nd, 2000. It was the best-selling female rap album in 2000 with sales of over 1.5 million copies in the US to date. The Notorious K.I.M. has sold 4 million copies worldwide. Did you just hear what I just said? This was the best-selling female rap album in 2000. And mind you, we in summer just as much as it was released in the summertime. So again, I'm going to have this energy for all artists because I want all artists to be able to be acknowledged the way they should be. Realness. I don't like when people try to make commentary, and I've done my research when it comes to different content creators where it's like they're just so biased, and I'm not that biased person. When it's real, it's real. I am very unbiased. I don't like when, you know, people try to depict one person against another or a group against one person. No. Everyone has an achievement that people like to shun and be like, oh, how is that possible? No, it's very much possible. Whether Kim's a fave of mine, or Nikki is a fave of mine, or Megan's a fave of mine. Anyone could be a fave of anybody. But just as long as y'all know, each of these individuals achieved something. And it can be talked about. It don't have to be someone overshadowed somebody. That's whack to me. They're all fucking great. Period. So let's continue. The album spawned 2 singles that attained moderate Billboard chart success. Lead single No Matter What They Say peaked at number 60 on the US Hot 100 and number 15 on the Hot R&B Hip Hop Songs chart. The second single, How Many Licks, featuring R&B artist Cisco, performed similarly, reaching the bottom half of the Hot 100. So her singles weren't doing too bad. It's just that promotion and videos were really becoming a thing, especially when pop was like really like pushed a lot, and then people were literally in the studio just working on new albums as opposed to releasing singles. So this was a big deal. So yes, in a 1999 interview with Black Book magazine, Kim stated that she was thinking about naming the album Queen Bitch, the title of a song from her debut album Hardcore, but decided against it as fellow rapper and friend Missy Elliott had used She's a Bitch, and Kim did not want anybody being confused or thinking there was a problem between the two. Yes. And that's another thing too. Missy and Kim are friends, cancer sisters, okay? Like, no. They both are born in July. Like, no. They are, that's one thing. And I want to make this also clear too. They had releases back to back. Either of them, like Kim came out, of course, with her album here in 2000, as opposed to Missy, who came out literally a year prior and then a year after, whereas she came out in 2001, I believe, which we will talk about too. So, like I said, they've always been friends, always, ever since. In dedication, to Notorious B.I.G., the Notorious K.I.M. was in a memorial to the late rapper. I felt Biggie's spirit while I was working on this album. I thought it was a perfect name for the album. Also, I am known in a notorious way, my style and lyrics. I've been known in a notorious way over the years. This album to me is more creative and more versatile than my last album. I think that's what people have been looking for. My whole image, to me, the reason why I came out with Hardcore, the sexy thing, was to make me different from every other female rapper that was out. That's exactly what I'm trying to do now, is make myself different, because now we have a lot of rappers doing the same thing that I did when I came out the first time. What I'm trying to do is separate myself again from the rappers that are out now. Does this not sound familiar? Is this not what she's always pitched? She's been saying this. And that's why those that came after her are able to say this exact statement and with no people trying to criticize. Like, she was still getting criticized even with saying this, like, oh, you sure you're not trying to be like Eve, or are you sure you're not trying to be like Charlie Baltimore? I'm like, she's like, I came out before them. What are you talking about? It's just like, come on. Like, there were people that was trying her as much as people don't try, rappers. Well, nowadays, the publicity of people wanting to agitate you is marketable. So artists will literally take that and be like, all right, they want to agitate me. I'm going to do this. And then it just blows off whatever people were trying to talk about, because now they're talking about what the artist has did. And it's like, oh, they're responding or they're reciprocating. And it's just like, wait a minute. So back in the day, people still was kind of like doing their criticism on Kim, because there was more people coming out. And even in the midst of the 2000s, the mid 2000s, I should say, when even more females were coming out that didn't always get their shine, she still had to say this type of statement where it was just like, I'm trying to make sure y'all know I'm different from everybody else. I'm probably the shortest rapper that female out there. Like, is that not different enough? Like, I don't know. But hey, she has the name Little Kim for a reason. In a 2000 interview, Kim explained to MTV News that she attempted to collaborate with the original producers of Hardcore, but she was not satisfied with the final results. Some of the producers that I worked with, they just didn't know what I wanted. So I worked with the new producers this time, and I kind of told them what I wanted. Kim told MTV. Production for the album was handled primarily by Mario Winans, Fury, Richard Fearson, Rated R, Rockwilder, Darren Henson, Shaft, Kanye West, and Timbaland. So did you just hear the last two names? So Kanye West and Timbaland was even on this album. Okay? So the artwork used for the album was shot by David LaChapelle. I think that's how you say it. LaChapelle, or I'm not sure, guys. Just bear with me. The album cover was originally intended to be a picture of Kim nude and covered in Louis Vuitton logos. But then the editor-in-chief of Interview magazine saw the picture at a gallery exhibit of LaChapelle's work and insisted that it be used for the magazine. Before the album's release, the image was used for the cover for the November 1999 issue of Interview. However, there was a delay because the recording process started in 98. So she didn't not just start recording, back to where the album was supposed to be done. None of that shit. She went into the studio by 98 in the midst of Hardcore kind of being already toured out. She lost her man, okay? Even though he was married. But she lost her man, okay? And in the summer of 99, 12 songs from the Notorious K.I.M. were widely available through internet file sharing services and bootleg outlets. Ooh, her album would see? And this is what pisses me off. Because, yes, other people have better rollouts and are able to have their songs be cohesively heard better. But when you're in a time like 1999 and 2000s where niggas is leaking shit, why are you leaking my stuff? Mind you, they leaking stuff. And it's not fair. And that was really the struggle when it came to the 2000s. People were leaking things. So nowadays, where people have a better tight knit, maybe up until the last 48 hours where it's already in a different country and people are like, all right, I bought it here, but I'm gonna rip it here and send it here. Because I be seeing them links. I'm not trying to expose, but I be seeing them links. Y'all still be trying to, pirate around here with music, and it's not cute because these take away sales, child. And y'all be wondering why certain people don't be charging a certain way, because y'all be buying and selling and throwing, your copies of the songs on a freaking hosting site, and can't nobody be able to make no sales doing that. It don't matter if it's LimeWire or any type of, program that probably is still trying to go on to download MP3s. When you got it online, it's online. But yes, there was a delay. As a result, Kim went back into the recording studio and recorded 11 songs in 3 weeks. The set's release was delayed from several scheduled dates, August 17th and November 1999. August 17th and November 9th, 1999, and April 25th, 2000, due to bootlegging and legal problems involving her record label. In a statement of Entertainment Weekly, Kim explained, I wanted to put out the best album possible for my fans, and I needed more time in the studio to do this. Sean Puffy Combs also explained, I am a perfectionist, and so is Kim, and we will only put out an album when it's right. Um, Critical reception, it did well. Mixed to positive reviews. Um, they combines essential hip hop elements, sex, guns, drugs, and cash with a strange sense of vulnerability, and states her song "Hold On" is a touching tribute to the late rapper. Um, like I said, it debuted not in a bad way. It actually did pretty good. Um, yeah, let's go into the track list. Track 1 is Little Drummer Boy featuring CeeLo of Goody Mob and Redman. Track 2 is Custom Made, Give It to You. Track 3 is Who's Number One. Track 4 is, of course, Suck My Dick. That's what she said, Suck My D. But yeah, that's track 4. Track 5 is Single Black Female featuring Mario Winans. Track 6 is Revolution featuring Grace Jones and Little C's. Track 7 is How Many Licks featuring Cisco. Track 8 is Notorious K.I.M. with Biggie, with a Biggie verse featuring Notorious B.I.G. No Matter What They Say is track 9. And then track 10 is She Don't Love You. And then track 11 is Queen Bitch Part 2 featuring Puff Daddy. Track 12 is Don't Mess With Me, which has which is a collaboration with Kanye West. So Kanye West was around even back in, he's been around for over 25 years, y'all. He's been around. So, you know, in recent times, there's been a lot that he's been going through. However, you know, I give credit when it's due. And that's a Gemini that really been going off. Okay, I will speak on my Geminis. I will speak on all signs, but that's a Gemini that been going off. Track 13, Do What You Like, featuring Junior Mafia. Track 14, Off the Wall, featuring Little C's. Track 15 is Right Now, featuring Carl Thomas. Track 16 is Aunt Dot, featuring Lil Shanice. Track 17 is Hold On, featuring Mary J. Blige. And track 18 is I'm Human. So, you know, the track list and just the way that the album was pushed at the time, like I said, people was leaking things and they weren't giving her enough of a stance, but it still did commercially well. And in the midst of this album coming out, we had Lady Marmalade, which brought it even further for her as far as a rap artist, because people were like, wait a minute, she's singing with she's rapping with Maya, Pink, and Christina Aguilera at the same time. Okay, so it was a big deal for her to be able to win a Grammy within a year, and with Missy, because Missy is part of that song as well. So Missy and her both won a Grammy for that song, along with Maya, Pink, and Christina Aguilera, and very legendary song. This is a legendary album. It really like a lot of songs and albums that came out around this time really set the tone for what was coming in the future, especially now where people are kind of like, what do I do? Because nowadays you kind of look back and it's like, no, that was done, that was done, that was done, that was done. So it's just like, what do I do? But we will talk about that more when it comes to more artists. And again, I thank you guys so much for listening and watching, and I will be back with more.